Views expressed on this program are those of the hosts, guests, and callers, and are not necessarily those of this station, its management, or other advertisers. You're listening to Transformation Talk Radio.
Hi, welcome. This is Dr. John DeMartini. This is one of the most amazing and inspiring shows that you can listen into. If you want to be on the edge of your seats, if you want to open up your heart, if you want to expand your mind, and you want to meet incredible people, stay tuned because you're just about to experience a transformative radio show that will change your life. And you're listening to the Dr. Pat Show that's coming up right next.
Welcome to the Dr. Pat Show. Talk radio to thrive by. Powerful, inspiring, and coming to you live, bringing you stories of people like you and me, busting through and living life full out. Get ready to dare to wonder what your life would be like if you knew you could not fail. Hey, everybody. Whoa. Fasten your seatbelt. Well, you know what? You already have your seatbelts fastened. And I think you guys are trying to call into the show for Leslie, and we will be opening up the phone lines here. So just be patient with us. We'll be right to you. Sheer Alchemy, my co-host Leslie Fonteyne. This topic, this is now me talking. It's not Leslie talking. This topic is probably going to rock your world. I think it's going to rock your world. As I was getting ready to look at this and have this conversation with Leslie, I was thinking, oh, my God, I'm just reading about this, and it is so timely. It really ties into so much of the energies right now in the world, and I wish some of the folks that are leading some of these countries would get to know their inner child. Today, Sheer Alchemy with my co-host Leslie Fonteyne, growing your inner child into abundance. I love this. Now, let me tell you about Leslie for a minute. She is, for those of you that have listened to the show, you know who she is. If you have worked with her, you have a sense of how your life has changed. And so calling her a transformation catalyst is putting it mildly. But she uses her intuitive and energetic gifts so that all of you out there can be catapulted to the life that you are born to manifest. Whether you're going from scarcity to abundance, from emotional pain to joy, or from illness to health, she's helping with the question, how does all of this happen? And, you know, she is someone that I've gotten to know. She has an amazing, unbeatable team of ascended masters, archangels, that come into the conversation. They partner with you, they partner with her, and what shows up is your higher self, source energy, to shift the blocks, preventing you from stepping into love, abundance, and joy. Clairvoyant, that's what she is, and she works with your energetic field, igniting that fire within you to step into what? All that you are. The word abundance is almost limited in what she helps people with. But the result is sheer alchemy, deep inner transformation. You're not going to be the same. Today, you get to experience what this show is about with her on it. We get to talk about something that's so absolutely important. Now, she travels all over the country, all over the world. She provides clarity and energetic, abundant shifts to people that, whether you're in her workshop, whether you're working with her one-on-one, something is going to change. So fasten your seatbelt for today's show. Leslie, great to have you here, girl.
Oh, what an intro, Pat. What an intro.
What a topic.
Yes, it is a topic.
I got to ask you, how did you come up with this one?
You know what? You just got to be brave to go into this one. And what I love about what I do is that there's no ego about it. I love that I can participate. This isn't about me being perfect. This isn't about me having all the answers. This is about me being a channel, being aware, raising my own vibration, showing other people how to do the same. And it's just awesome how unconditionally loving guidance comes through for all of us if we want to tap into it. And that's what I love about your intro. It's if we want it, you know? And I was thinking, if I was to pick a word sometimes about what our inner child is like, the word that came to me, and I just started laughing, was bipolar.
Oh, gosh. Yeah. And how timely is that little? Yeah.
I know. Don't you all feel like that sometimes? Here you are. You're super confident in this category. You've got it all together. You know exactly what you're doing. And an hour later, you come across an energy that, you know, could be of a type that you're very familiar with from your upbringing, past lives, ancestral line, whatever it is, and you just turn into this 5-year-old. Or, you know, you are super confident and happy about something you achieved, and then all of a sudden something else happens and you're just overwhelmed and freaked out. That is our inner child. And here's the thing is we are not the victims of the tantrum. It doesn't mean that we then start beating him or her up. And that is what is important about this show today is there is a tendency to just do what our parents did or some other authority figures in our lives and go, oh, grow up. Come on. Step up. Get out of it. You know, whatever. This is not about shaming ourselves into performance. This is about getting to the root, healing, showing our inner child how we can step into that abundance. And this is what works for me. So part of this discovery today, if you call in, is going to be what's your inner child telling you. It's not going to do you any good to hear what mine's telling me or what Dr. Pat's child is telling her.
No.
This is about you realizing you really do have your answers. You really do know. But sometimes we don't want to know. Ever been there?
Yeah. And I got to tell you. So when you're asking that question about your inner child, here's what I came up with for mine. You ready? I grew up being called Pat the Brat. Pat the Brat. Pat the Brat. So you're talking about the inner child. All I keep hearing is my sister, Pat the Brat, Pat the Brat. And, you know, I used to be bothered by that. Now I think that's kind of, you know, yeah, okay, I'm cool with that.
Well, it really meant you had spunk, didn't it? It really meant you had courage. It meant you had initiative. It meant you had
Don't
strength.
say anything, Benny.
You had power.
Yeah.
And, again, listen to all the shaming messages that came in about the essence of who you were. Look at who you are now.
I'm still Pat the Brat, don't you think?
Well, it's fascinating what our upbringing, what our culture, what we're taught does to this incredibly beautiful part of you that is the essence of who you are that brought you into this place to create what you've created. That's the case for all of us. So I love that example you gave of yourself, telling something about yourself. So for the listeners, think about your own inner child, your own life, the things you heard about yourself. What was the critique about? And now go back, and I do this with my clients. I think I've done it about 35 times this week, is go to what is the essence, because what we've done is swallow it, hook, line, and sinker. We've said, oh, it's true, I'm Pat the Brat, rather than what did that essentially mean about me? And clearly, through the stories you shared about who you are, so much of it was just this amazing dynamo power that is so beneficial to the world right now, right? Because this is what you're doing.
Well, here's what I love about this. Every time my sister or my dad or anybody would say to my relatives, they would laugh. Yeah. So it's really fascinating, right?
Yeah. And so it's a form of shaming again, right? Which is, oh, they're laughing. And I had my own, right now a few are escaping me, but we all have that, which is why are they, I always was accused of being a Mack truck. That was the big one. Or they would make me military jackets because I was so organized and structured, and they thought this was hilarious. So what is that saying? Turn that one around a little bit, because in essence, you look at yourself and go, gosh, there must be something wrong about being organized, and there must be something wrong about being a strong female, or whatever the heck it is that's coming up for you.
Oh, my gosh.
Take your messages. Take what you grew up with.
I'm having a healing.
And I want you to turn this baby around for yourselves. This is your day right now. We're going to have sparks fly. It's the 4th of July for us. So let's release the message of it. But I want you to get to the essence of what it was they were saying about you. And now, as the grown-up you, ask yourself, is it true? Number 2, is it bad? where did the bad part come in? So, see, this is the other part of the inner child. The inner child's
I'm having
been
a healing.
shamed into a hole. Pat's getting a healing.
I'm having a healing.
I'm having a healing. I tell you, I needed one. I seem to go through the bowels of whatever the topic is of the day and then come out on the other side. So think about, for you, what shamed you into the corner, into the closet to hide what about you?
1-800-930-2819. If you want a healing today, get in the queue. We're going to take your calls. Let me tell you what came up, and maybe we can talk about this, because I think we're on to something. I know I got all these questions I'm supposed to ask you, but I got to talk about this. Not Pat the Brat, because that was never really an issue for me. I kind of laughed along with it, because guess what? It is true. But here's the other one. Bull in a china cabinet. Bull in a china cabinet. Now, let me tell you how that haunted me. Bull to this day. So I got to feel the healing coming on. I feel the healing coming on. How did that happen? Where did that come from? Well, imagine sitting around a table at dinner. Who is the proverbial knocking over the glass of milk girl? That is me. And you know what happens is, don't knock over the milk. No, every holiday the milk goes on the turkey. Right? Bull in a china closet. To this day, and Linda's listening to this show, Linda's mom is like my mom. So we'd go to these holidays, and they'd put out this china. Now, I don't come from a china family. I'm telling you, I come from the Bronx. I didn't even know what china was. All I know is the first time I sat down at a family's dinner, they brought out these little foofy glasses that were like so thin. I mean, how could you even lift them? From the day I met her mother back in 1973 to the day her mother passed, I will tell you, I never used the china. I've got to have a healing. I've got to have a healing. For those of you that want to call into the show for a reading with I can't even speak, with Leslie Fonteyne, 1-800-930-2819. Where did that come from? Joan, I know you're looking down on me right now and you're saying, honey, you've got to use the china. It's in my china. I actually own a china closet.
The healing today. Pat is going home and will use some china.
Whoa! Let's take a break. We'll be right back. And are you ready for this? Are you ready to have that inner child grow into abundance? Are you sick and tired of scarcity? I'm telling you, we all got to get past it. We got to go. We'll be right back.
But I still need love, 'cause I'm just a man. These nights never seem to go to plan.
Are you tired of being bloated and nauseous? Hi, I'm Mary Jane Mack. Did you know eating unhealthy foods eventually leads to an unhealthy digestive system? Did you know eating the most healthy, nutritious food doesn't necessarily result in a healthy body? The stomach must be healthy in order to properly digest, metabolize, and utilize even the best of nutrition. Without proper digestion from the stomach through the intestinal tract, the nutritious value is not absorbed, and the improperly digested food can be more toxic to your body than helpful. You can be doing all the right things and getting all the wrong results. In fact, other organs may also be interfering with your stomach's ability to digest. Contact us today for your appointment at 888-777-4232. That's 888-777-4232. Or visit us at maryjanemack.com.
Tune in each Tuesday at noon Pacific and 3 Eastern on TransformationTalkRadio.com for The Dr. Julie Show, All Things Connected with Dr. Julie Kroll, featuring weekly segments with David Eisen and the Chakra Sound System. Each week, you will journey through infinite possibilities, expand into social potential, and find beautiful beginnings where endings leave off. Changemakers from around the world will explore what's emergent about the environment, relationships, health, the arts, education, and the evolution of consciousness. Visit thedrjulieshow.com.
There's a great hunger in this world for new lines of thought, because everywhere you look, they say that joy can just be bought. So please come and set aside some time to relax from frenetic. Transform your life. It takes a while, but results are magnetic. We aim to grasp the best in life and track the ways we grew. The how, the why, the what, wherefore, all this we share and do. But every now and then, we hope that you will share right back. Transformation Talk Radio wants you to hop on track. So calling all hosts, tall and small, of every size and hue, there's nobody we'd rather have to tell your tale than you. And if you have a tale to tell of how your life is changing, we'd love to hear you on the line say how you're rearranging. So run, don't walk to call us now. We'll set you up and show you how.
Hi, this is Dr. Pat. Join our radio family. Send us an email, host@transformationtalkradio.com, or call 1-800-930-2819. Host your own show. Let us help you bring your voice to the world.
Wondering how to play the game of life and actually win? Stop wondering and start winning the game of life with the unique, incomparable Lynn Brown. Lynn takes everyday aspects of life and infuses them with the magic of soul and passion to help others. She wants to help you next. Lynn offers a myriad of spiritual healing, from chakra clearing, aura healing, to even corporate and business readings. Bring your game face and visit letter R, letter U, intuit.com, or call 844-letter-B-INTUIT.
Want to experience a deeper spiritual connection, reduce stress, and overcome anxiety? You can take control of your life now with the power of meditation. Let Jennifer Farmer, gifted intuitive, medium, and spiritual teacher, show you how easy it is to develop your natural intuitive gifts, manage chronic pain, and live abundantly with a consistent meditation practice. Sign up now for Jennifer's newsletter at jenniferfarmer.com to receive a free healing meditation and watch her free instructional videos at jenniferfarmer.com.
China girl, I feel a wreck without my little China girl.
Oh my God! You know what I'm telling you, Benny? You're picking my songs. You're picking. I'm telling you. You talk about somebody being from another planet. David Bowie, honey, you're it.
For a minute, I thought you meant me.
You too.
I mean, look at the job. Planet, though, really,
dude. Look at the job you have. Are you kidding me?
Yeah, it happens.
Yeah. Right.
I'm an alien.
Yes, for sure. Guess what? Sheer alchemy. Leslie Fonteyne joining me here today. Growing your inner child into abundance. And we have opened up the phone lines. I mean, if you are out there and you are not into your abundance in every aspect of your life, Leslie's here to help. Before we jump ahead, I want to make sure you know how to find out more about Leslie. You can get there very easily by going to lesliefonteyne.com, and it's FONTEYNE.com. Check it out. Or you could go to the drpatshow.com, click right on her banner. It's going to get you everywhere and anywhere you want to go. She is going to be traveling quite a bit, but you can find out her schedule. Now, those of you that do not live in this area, and you may be living in Chicago or Raleigh or Portland or Columbus or Cincinnati, go check the schedule. She's going to be there. She's going to be there. Leslie, what do you want to do? We got some peeps waiting.
Well, let's go to the phone lines, because this is going to be, I think if we do one, we're going to have a demonstration for people about how to connect safely with their inner child, because so much of this is about being safe and then walking through it. So let's just go for it.
Mari from Renton, welcome to the show.
Hi, Mari.
Hey, Mari.
Hi, thank you. Hello.
Hi.
Hi. I have major anxiety around finances. It definitely, sort of cripples me, actually.
Okay.
And I'd like to be able to move out of that.
All right. So can I ask you a question? When's the last time you felt the anxiety? Like in what circumstance came up for you and you wanted to either buy something, do something, or make something happen?
Yesterday, just pondering my financial situation. I don't have a job right now, and just thinking that, I have no future, and I'm a failure, all of that.
Oh, wow. That's a lot of baggage, isn't it? So that's more than probably we'll do on this call right now, because I can definitely tell you we can help you with that. But what I want you to do is, right now I'm just getting the tension in your heart space and in your high heart. And I want to know, like in that very thing that was coming to you to step into and to do, you had a choice between two parts of you, right? There was the powerless part of you that was like really scared, and there was another part of you that was a bit open, that you sort of shut down. So tell me what was coming to you to do. There's some things that have been coming up for you. You haven't just been sitting still. Sometimes we look like we're sitting still, you know that, but we're not really.
Right.
Right. So what's come to you about stepping out of your circumstances?
Not knowing which direction to go in.
Right.
And,
so that's a double. Yeah. So I'm going to move you quickly because we're on the radio versus, when I would work with you, I'd spend 90 minutes, so I don't want you to feel like I'm intruding or interrupting you. But so let's just go straight to this. You thought about your finances, and what choked? What was it that you said you could not be, do, or have?
That I don't have skills, I don't have the ability, that I can't.
Okay, whose voice is that? Who said that ever to you? You have no skills. Is that really true?
Not entirely,
okay,
no.
Good. So you have some skills. You know how we do that all or nothing thing, right?
Yes.
You do have some skills. So what came up for you to step into? Because I'm getting your heart space is starting to open up right now, okay? There are some things you're recognizing. Do you see how your inner child has been fully stomped on? She flares up and says, oh, my God, don't try anything. Don't do it. Don't do it. Don't do it, because you have past experience in this. And that's what the inner child does. She's very protective. She's afraid of getting hurt again, okay? So sometimes she creates what's called a double bind, where you can't move forward, you can't move back. You're just stuck. All right? So
Absolutely.
The next thing is you want to ask your child and say, what can I do to make you safe? What is it that you think I can't do to take care of you today? Okay? So right now, what is she wanting from you? She's wanting the assurance that you're a grown-up. She's wanting the assurance that you can take care of you. Your parents, okay, remember when we're children, our parents kind of take away our voice. They take away the truth that we hear. They take away the truth that we speak. They tell us what we saw wasn't what we saw. What we heard wasn't what we heard. They tell us to distrust ourselves. So I want you to today, if you can, go into a little exercise because your solar plexus is flaring up. Don't ignore this powerless part of you right now. Listen to it and go, okay, these are all the things it's telling me. And then on the other side, go, is it true? Is this really the case? And if I was to change something, what could I change? And how can I create safety for myself in that? Because what she's doing right now is stopping you dead. She's so terrified. So you have to comfort the inner child, if that makes sense. It's like you're almost reparenting. And this is when I can bring in the masters. I can bring in, a lot of that kind of work. And I would love to do this with you. I really would, because you will be amazed at what happens. And I'm promising you, I'm not supposed to do that, but within a couple of days, you're going to see a full major shift for you. So just really let yourself go into the happy, giddy place. It's starting to move through your field right now. It's starting to go through, okay? And she's going to come back and scare you in a couple of minutes, and that's okay. Yeah. That's her job, all right? Because she has to be retrained. It's kind of like a part of our body, that has to be retrained after an injury. Same thing here, So you got some scar tissue, and you just got to oil it back up, right?
Right.
So just remind her that you love her. She's not a problem.
Right.
Okay?
Got it?
Okay. Thank you so much.
Oh, look, you sound so much. Listen to the way you sound. You're almost happy now.
Yeah.
You're having a happy moment.
I think I need to schedule a session with you.
Well, I hope you will definitely give me a call. Go to my site. I would be so honored to work with you. And you're going to be amazed at what
when
can
you
happen.
go back and you listen to this archive, Maury, I want you to listen to what you sounded like when you came on and how you're laughing right now. I mean, can you imagine what would happen if you spent 90 minutes with Leslie Fonteyne? I got to know. You got to call me. Got to call in afterwards. Thank you so much. Thank you. Let's take a short. Well, no, we're not ready for a short break. We're taking your call. Wow. I'm in a happy space myself right now about that. We're taking your calls, everyone. 1-800-930-2819. 1-800-930-2819. Growing your inner child into abundance. And I think I want to just talk with you a little bit about abundance, because that is probably, I think, one of the most misunderstood words in our culture right now. Can you talk about that? Yeah. Because we just had a little experience of it.
I know, and that was very exciting. I'm so proud that Mari would take the chance to share what she did. And that's the other thing is, we want to tell on ourselves. We have this thing in our culture to not tell our secrets. Well, you know what? Your inner child has been unbelievably brave. And I bet you, if you went through your life, you could see how many times she was so strong, so beautiful, so wonderful. So I'm totally an advocate of non-inner child abuse. So basically, what is abundance to a child? Well, a child isn't caring as much about money, right? She's not caring about she's just, if you noticed a 3-year-old running around and they're like excited about everything. They're looking at things, they're exploring, they're intrigued, they're going, why all the time. They're just so fascinated. Okay, that's abundance to that child. And what is the abundance? It's the answers, it's the exploration, it's the curiosity, it's the honoring of the question, right? Not the smashing, the shaming, and the humiliating, not the punishing, not the silencing. So think about all those parts of you that have done that. So when you think of like becoming Steve Jobs, or you become another inventor, okay, of something, smashing down Steve Jobs' why meter would not have been a good thing. So clearly he didn't have a lot of that happen to him. He explored. He wasn't worried about the degree necessarily. He was fascinated by what he was discovering. So look at yourself in that way, because that's how you create. That's how you step into your next job. That's how you step into the prolific writer that you are. That's how you become the healer. That's how you become the mentor. You don't act like, oh, my gosh, nobody wants what I have. Nobody wants to hear what I have to say. Nobody wants to be taught by me. Listen to that. That is not the case. That's a shaming language. Catch it, nail it, put it aside, and go, what is the opposite of that? I can step into it. So abundance is euphemistic, but what is the gold to you? And I have a whole CD on understanding your personal gold.
I interviewed a gentleman once that invented the, soap. When it comes out all foamy? And like you can buy like shampoo and soap and not the aerosol cans, but the natural foamy thing that happens. Like if you go into a bathroom sometimes, at like an office building, and you put your hand under the thing and the foamy soap comes out. This guy invented it. And I remember that I was interviewing him, a bunch of years ago. And he said, it's really interesting. Everybody in the world now knows what the foamy soap is, but they don't know me. And he said, the reason that it actually got developed is because I didn't listen to anybody around me. He said, people around me told me nobody wants foamy soap. The whole idea of foamy soap, what a ridiculous idea.
Right.
But he didn't listen.
Right.
And he said, I had to really move. He called them demons. I had to move beyond my demons of not being smart. This is what he said. This was his inner child. And he said, I stepped into the world of foamy soap.
Right.
Now, people still don't know who I am, but they do know foamy soap. Do you have a foamy soap in your inner child? Let's take a short break. When we come back, we are opening up the phone lines for those of you that want to get some help. Whether you have trauma, fear, sadness, failure, I actually have all of those, or a sense of powerlessness. Whether you have the life you want, but you maybe want a little bit something different, what's getting in your way? 1-800-930-2819, 1-800-930-2819. And for those of you that cannot call in, go to the drpatshow.com, scroll all the way down, and type in your little message. We'll be right back.
Wake up, everybody, no more sleeping in bed. No more backward thinking, time for thinking ahead. The world has changed so very much from what it used to be. There is so much hatred, war and poverty.
Tune in to The Jen Royster Show, intuitive guidance to inspire your life, each Thursday at 8 a.m. Pacific and 11 a.m. Eastern on TransformationTalkRadio.com. This amazing show is an inspirational hour that will take you on an epic metaphysical journey to discover the spiritual approach to life's greatest challenges. Dr. Jen is an internationally known intuitive counselor, spiritual teacher, and energy healer. Call in for intuitive readings and visit JenRoyster.com for more information.
Always inspiring and uplifting, Brenda Thine spreads love and light wherever she goes. Enlightening, empowering, and encouraging readings, Brenda connects with your guides, angels, fairies, and loved ones who have crossed over to provide you with the highest guidance possible to enable you to live your highest truth and maximize your potential. Always light-filled, a session with Brenda will have you feeling wonderful, centered, and ready to take on anything. Schedule your session now at BrendaThine.com. That's BrendaThyne.com.
Tired of traditional talk? People pontificating about this or that, the left or the right. Sometimes the truth is just all lost in the noise. Tune in each week to Straight Talk with Chuck Gallagher on TransformationTalkRadio.com, Mondays at 2 p.m. Pacific, 5 p.m. Eastern, as nationally known guests talk about what's important to you, your life, your concerns, and your success. Tune in and turn on to Straight Talk with Chuck Gallagher. Visit ChuckGallagher.com for more information.
Hey, do you like free stuff? The Dr. Pat Show has an amazing giveaway program doing weekly giveaways on Facebook and Twitter. Go to Facebook.com/The Dr. Pat Show and click the like button. Then go to Twitter.com/The Dr. Pat Show and click the follow button. Then you can play along and enter to win some amazing prizes. Again, that's Facebook.com/The Dr. Pat Show and Twitter.com/The Dr. Pat Show.
Tune in to the hit show, Get Into It, Winning at the Game of Life with intuitive energy healer and medium Lynn Brown on Transformation Talk Radio. Get ready to bring the magic of soul into every aspect of your life. Learn how to use spirit tools and experience the immediate connection with yourself as a spiritual being with natural spiritual abilities as you are guided on the pathway to success and joy. Visit ruintoit.com. That's the letter R, the letter U, intoit.com, and get into it now.
How would you like increased health and vitality? How would you like to avoid the onset of disease as well as slow the aging process? This is all possible through a simple, safe, and natural process. Every day we are either moving toward wellness or away from wellness.
Hi, I'm Mary Jane Mack. I'd like to be your partner in achieving optimal health. Contact me now at maryjanemack.com or call 425-392-0659. Visit maryjanemack.com.
Wake up all the teachers, time to teach a new way. Maybe then they'll listen to what you have to say.
Hey, everybody, welcome back. Welcome back, Sheer Alchemy. My co-host, Leslie Fonteyne, joining me here today, growing your inner child into abundance. You know, we're going to take you on a journey of what that actually means today on the show, thanks to Leslie. I want to make sure, for those of you that want to connect with Leslie, and check out what she's about, go to lesliefonteyne.com. It's FONTEYNE.com. What's the best way for people to find out about your services and sign up and get a hold of you?
Well, it's on my website, as you mentioned, lesliefonteyne.com. I do sessions on the phone, by Skype, because most of my clients are not where I am. And we will do a blend of, transformational shifting and energetic movement so that we clear out a lot of the agreements, contracts, cords, past lifetime energies, but we get to the personal part of you. So I do 4 sessions with people, a lot of them that are longtime clients that are really moving through stuff. We move through one layer, and that's important about the inner child here. We move through one layer of stuff, and then the next layer surfaces, and we tend to panic, thinking we didn't do the job, we didn't finish, what's wrong? Just think about how complex we are. We're amazing creations. And so stepping into all that you are surfaces the next bunch of stuff, right? You've gotten courage to run the 50-yard dash, and now you want to go for the 100-yard dash. Well, that's not the same, is it? So this is what happens when we begin to shift. We increase our desires. We increase our passions. We begin to meet new people. We've been dealing with people that have been, less than our best, not very encouraging, and all of a sudden we start meeting great people, and we don't know what to do with them because we have no experience, right? So I have many clients where they'll have these amazing months of income. They'll just do great, and then someone comes along with a difficult energy for them, and they are dashed. And their life just, they just hide and crawl into a corner. What happened? Well, what happened is the next thing surfaced to get healed. So just allow yourself the room. You didn't fail. We are so conditioned to think we have failed and that we blew it and we didn't do it right. And that's what we learn from school. And I hate to say it, learning is great, but my God, some of the things that we teach one another are so devastating to our spirits. So we're resuscitating all that. We're bringing it back up to come alive and get excited again. When's the last time you got happy, right? When's the last time you really, really let yourself be joyful about who you are, not something outside of you, not something that someone else is doing. You know, if I do so much work with people and their children, and they want me to do proxy work for their children and their families and their partners, and I do if their spirits show up, and I'm glad to do it. But listen, you're the one showing up. You're the one stepping into all you are. And your inner child really does want that. She just gets afraid. So don't act like the fear is some stopgap you can't get past. You really can. You are bigger than being that 7-year-old at the bus stop when that bully was on your case. You are now, mature. So we want to revisit that part of you that still reacts like you're that 7-year-old at the bus stop. Make sense?
Yeah, and I want to ask you about this because, it is important that we talk about safety when we're taking this journey. And, what I'm really struck by is, and I'm looking back at my life and just listening to the folks on the show, what I'm struck by is how easy it is that we buy in to the gloom and doom of who we are, the less than part of who we are, and why it isn't as easy to really tap into how amazing, magnificent, and epic we are, right?
Yeah, it's so true. But there's an element of betrayal. There's an aspect even of God betrayal. And we're so scared to even bring that one up, that God betrayed us. Why didn't God swoop in and take care of us in the midst of the abuse, in the midst of the harm, in the midst of the shaming and the humiliation? Why weren't the adults in our lives doing certain things? And then the transference from the adults in our lives to whatever concept of God we have. Zero concept of unconditional love because it got trained out of us. And that's what makes it so hard. So if you think about, we've got this fun phrase, everybody loves to throw this one around. It takes 21 days to make a new habit. Oh, my God, have you tried to change anything? It's excruciating. It is a lot of work to shift a habit, right? So if you think about the years it took you to get into a mentality that you have, to turn it around and suddenly go, oh, wow, I'm not dominated by the economy. Oh, wow, I'm not dominated by what other people think of me or my father or my mother or whoever. This is a big, big deal because then you are recreating and redefining your reality. This is not small, so congratulate yourself for even hearing this right now if you can. Congratulate yourself for being brave enough to even consider this. We're not going to go climb Mount Everest tomorrow. We're going to start with a hill.
But we're going to have a vision of Mount Everest.
But we are going to have that vision. Exactly
right.
We're
going to have the vision.
Exactly right.
Exactly. We cut ourselves off, Leslie. But we think, Mount Everest. And we say, oh, no, not Mount Everest. No, it can't be Mount. You can't possibly want me to be looking at Mount Everest. So we don't even give ourselves a chance to explore the possibility of a Mount Everest in our lives.
Well, you were even telling a story, which I think we've all had, which is we don't think someone will hire us for something. We don't think that someone will allow us to step into something. We have all had this. Okay, so I want you to go into your personal experience right now of something like this because you all have it. Just stir it back up wherever it was. It came to you to go to XYZ company to knock on the door to do something. You were young, maybe, whatever, and you were just like, I want to be here, but I don't think I'm good enough. I don't think I can do it. And guess what? The door opened. The door flung open. So there's this element of serendipity, element of God, element of something out there that's caring for you, taking care of you. I want you to recapture that because even in that moment, something came through, swooped you up, took care of you, and took you on a journey that maybe for you lasted the next 35 years. I don't know. But you have had moments where you've met a certain person or you've encountered a certain experience or you went on a trip and it totally transformed you. You've all had these. So it's not all like, oh, if I just do my positive thinking, I'll be okay, I'll be okay. It's just this sense that you can be cared for. So let's talk about safety a second. Let's create that safe space right now on this show. I'm creating it right now. I want you to step into it. A lot of you do not have any safety of fully standing in your power. So I really want you right now to really experience what your power center is feeling like for you. And some of you, it's connecting right now, right away with your heart space, okay? And your heart space is getting happy. Why? Because your heart space has these desires, these visions, these intentions. Some of you are letting go of a lot of weights on your shoulders, carrying other people, what they want. Well, after I'm done cooking dinner, after I've put everyone to bed, then I'll step into all this stuff. Okay, you're letting it go. And then some intuitive ideas are coming to you about what to step into. So now your power center says, yeah, let's go do it. Let's make it happen. And so now your heart space is getting tight, right? Do you feel that? It's just done the opposite, because all of a sudden you've said, okay, and your heart space and your inner child are going, well, I'm not so sure about that. Notice this feeling for you. Notice what this is. Why is that message coming up? And maybe it's like Mari, who was hearing these messages about how she doesn't have skills and she doesn't have these other things. Okay, that's not true about Mari. We established that. But what about you? So notice where you get tight after you make the decision, yes, I will. Yes, I can. Yes, I'm going to do it. There's a tightness. Don't be alarmed. That tightness is not a no. The tightness is, oh my gosh, a little fear, a little insecurity. But now you're going to tell your inner child, you know what? What's on the other side of this? Is somebody going to beat me up? No, probably not. So let's just let it happen. Let's release our attachment to it, and let's just step into it. Okay, I know I'm simplifying this way beyond, because of what we can do on the radio right now. But if you call me and we do a session, we're going to clear out so much energy, so much stuff in your way. But I'm picking up what's going on the airwaves right now. And I just want you to walk yourself through some of this when you get home tonight after work. Lie down, whatever, get in a quiet place, and just notice where you hold energy, where you release it, what happens when you say yes.
One of the things that, that I'm really getting here and listening to you is that, we cut off our abundance before we even give it a chance to show up. I mean, it's not like even giving it a chance to infiltrate our energy field, but we cut it off before we give it an opportunity to show up, as if it doesn't exist already. And that's really what I wanted to ask you about. See, if we look out, like I saw an eagle today, that was an abundant moment driving down that 405. And so here we are back to back in traffic. And, I could have just sat there and been like all crazy, but I looked up and there it was. Now, clearly the people behind me weren't happy because I was looking up and I wasn't moving and inching, but I had a moment. And I wanted to ask you when we come back, I want to ask you, when we get those moments, Leslie, what do we do next? Because I know we get them. We just heard Mari on the show today. She had a moment here. And I love what you said. In a few minutes, that child's going to come back. You might get scared again. But how do we remember the moments? Because I'm like you. I believe in the infinite world of possibilities. Nobody said it was going to come to me without a little doubt from now and again. Let's take a short break. Leslie Fonteyne's in the house. We'll be right back. We're talking about something that is so important for us to get right now, and to get it in a big way. And that is, when we look at that inner child, how can we grow that literally grow that inner child into an abundant adult? Let's take a short break, everyone. We'll be right back with the show.
To Heart Center Talk Radio with David Christopher Lewis, a gifted clairaudient, Aquarian spiritual author, and talented musical composer on TransformationTalkRadio.com every Wednesday, 9 a.m. Pacific Time, 12 p.m. Eastern Time, with delivering more than 4,000 messages from angels, masters, and divine beings. David will share the Ascended Masters' teachings, insights, and surprising revelations to light bearers. Meet transformative guests who embody change and inspire hope, and get a refreshing and deeply meaningful perspective on life.
Tune in to the Angels and Answers Psychic Radio Show with clairvoyants Artie Hoffman and Sky Siegel every Thursday for a 2-hour show, 2 p.m. Pacific, 5 p.m. Eastern Time on Transformation Talk Radio. Artie and Sky deliver spiritual and motivational messages with passion and a sense of humor. Call in 800-930-2819 for live and on-air readings. Visit artiehoffman.com and skyofangels.com.
This is Lynn Brown from the show Winning at the Game of Life. Listen, it's time to enrich your money stories and open your path to all that you desire. We all have limiting beliefs which we accumulate from our life experiences, ancestors, and past lives. These beliefs block our ability to receive the unlimited flow of abundance that the universe is constantly offering to us. Why are we so emotionally caught up on the word money? It's only one of the many forms of abundance. I'm excited to uncover your unique stories and limiting beliefs around money and abundance, as well as give you tools to release them from your space. It's time to invest in yourself. You deserve everything you ever imagined and more. Call me to schedule a reading at 844 letter B Intuit or letter R letter U Intuit.com.
Lynn was very accurate, and she was so clear in explaining everything to me. I highly recommend Lynn to all of you.
Tune in to Intuit University, compassionate guidance connecting you to your inner wisdom with internationally renowned psychic and medium Sherry Dillard, the second and fourth Thursday each month at 12 p.m. Pacific Time and 3 p.m. Eastern Time. Get ready for an hour of practical spirituality and a fun and magic carpet ride into the spirit realm. This hit show is a combination of call-in readings and intuitive mentoring as Sherry supports and empowers you to create your best life in relationships, career, finances, life purpose, and spirituality. For more information, visit sherrydillard.com.
On the cutting edge of the new mainstream, Christine Upchurch is passionate about bringing together science, psychology, and spirituality in a way that can be applied to our everyday lives for true transformation. The Christine Upchurch Show, stellar conversations to illuminate your journey, engages some of the most outstanding visionaries on the planet in lively dialogue to inspire you to become that bright light you're meant to be. Join Christine every Friday at 11 a.m. Pacific Time on KKNW, AM 1150, and Transformation Talk Radio.
I'm changing all of the stations. I like to think that we had it all. We drew them out to a better place.
Hey, everybody, welcome back. Welcome back. Sheer Alchemy. Leslie Fonteyne. Leslie, big topic. Big topic. And, you know, it is really the longing that we have so that we're not in conflict with our inner child. You know, we all have one. And it's hard to even recognize when our inner child is show up.
Yep.
It's almost crazy making sometimes. You know, you think you're living this life. You think you're doing all the things that are making sense. And then you wake up one day and you're scared and you're miserable. And it doesn't make sense to you. And you put on your face, you put on your persona, you know, you dress up for the show, and then you go out into the world. And 9 times out of 10, people really don't get how much suffering is going on. You know, is this our inner child?
It's a big part of it. You know, it goes back to that word I was saying earlier in the show about, you know, how it can feel sort of bipolar. Where we're so confident in one part of ourselves and something else comes up. The fact is that when we begin a healing journey, and anyone listening to your shows, obviously, Dr. Pat is on a healing journey. They're looking to improve life. They're looking to transform. Well, you are going to surface the stuff that needs healing. That's just bottom line. That's the gift of God, frankly. It's a gift. We think, oh, my God, why is this coming up? It's coming up. It's being served up to you because this is your moment. This is your moment to get free. And that's what I love about what I get to do and watch with clients. It's the most honoring, beautiful thing I get to see. I watch people so brave to present and show up. So when you think of the law of attraction, and we've all heard all kinds of stuff, you know, it's not just what you say, it's what you feel, but it's also we draw in the same partners, the same bosses, the same energies show up over and over and over again. We know how they operate. We know we're inside their psyche. We know, you know, it's like the devil we know. So shifting out of that has some fear because we don't know the devil. We don't know healthy people. We don't have healthy modeling sometimes. So we want to bring in these awesome, wonderful, loving energies, and they show up and you go, what do you want? What's wrong with you? You know, we have no comprehension. So please laugh at yourself when this happens to you today at the grocery store and someone is really nice to you or offers you something. Take a moment. Take a deep breath and go, thank you. This is great. Practice with me now. So You know, that's what the inner child is doing. He's so trained to cower in the corner, not speak his truth. He's been told what he sees isn't right, what he says isn't right, what he hears isn't right. I was told the things that I saw growing up didn't happen when they really did. You had that too. So here we are now. How on earth do you honor the intuitive guidance, the gut feel, your heart, when you've been told your whole life not to?
Right.
Okay? So here's this gift. Here's this moment you've got. You want to create something. You want to step into your abundance. And you have all this other messaging, right? We're going to shift it around. It's been drawing and attracting the wrong stuff. Now we want to shift it, let it go, say goodbye, be brave, step into our courage, and now bring in these other awesome energies. You can be doing this right now. A lot of you are doing it. You're driving or you're at work and you can't call or talk, and that's fine. I already can feel you shifting and moving. But if you want to talk later about this, I am so glad to work with you. There's shifting that happens through work like people I do, people like me do. There's work that happens right now while this energy is shifting right now, and you are choosing to release. So don't think you have to call someone special just to have it released. But when sometimes two makes three, right?
Well, you know, part of this is, I love what you said. I remember my Uncle Al, who's up there now with Robin Williams. And I remember my Uncle Al. I used to go, he was my favorite uncle, my Uncle Al, my Aunt Lee. And this was East Tremont Avenue in the Bronx. And I remember, you know, being on Basil Avenue in East Tremont in the Bronx. And we were crossing the street to get to the bakery. Now, East Tremont Avenue, what would be the equivalent in where we live of East Tremont Avenue? It's, you know, if it were any other state, it would be called a highway. Okay, it's big. And I remember as a kid, I started to walk across. The light had changed. I started to walk. And I remember my uncle was a strong guy, right? Yeah. And I remember my uncle grabbing me, right? Intuitively grabbing me. And what happened in the next minute, only his intuition could have known, right? What happened was a car just completely ran the light, smacked into another car, and he had pulled me back from this child that was so eager to get to the bakery. I wanted to get my hard roll with butter, my hot roll with butter. I didn't care about the traffic, but he intuitively knew how to do that. And I got to ask him about that later on in life. And you know what he said to me? He said to me something that you talked about. And he said, Patricia, and then pardon the time. He said, sometimes you just know what you know.
That's right.
He said, you just know what you know.
Get back to knowing what you know. Get her back, get him back. Make a list tonight. Start a journal about what you know. Start a journal about what's coming up for you. I'm not asking you to write literature. I'm asking you to do stream of consciousness, jotting things down, things you know, things that have come to you, and you may not act on it today or tomorrow, but you can. And just pay attention to the parts of you that are frightened and ask your inner child, why is it that we're afraid? And then make a decision in that moment. Is it relevant to me today? Is that really who I am? Can I stand up to this or stand in this situation? You're going to be amazed how on autopilot we've just fallen into a sleep in a way and not really made ourselves question some of these things we learned from so young.
And we got to have a demonstration today that was phenomenal with Mari.
That was a gift.
You know, Mari, if you're listening, please, after you work with Leslie, give us a call back because, you know, we don't even realize. And, you know, something you said was interesting. Yeah, it takes 21 days. But we just saw a shift in energy because that's what you do. That's what we're talking about, energy. We saw a shift in energy happen in minutes. And I guess, you know, the thing that I think the takeaway for me today is that don't forget those moments and know that you can do that with your entire life.
That's powerful.
That's
very powerful. And everyone today can please take that into your day, into your night, into the week, and just maybe even take a weekend sabbatical workshop period just on your own to really get to the bottom of who you are and ask yourself, can I step into this?
Mm-hmm. And if you've missed any part of the show will replay tonight, just so you know, because I think that, Leslie, what you're asking people, the questions, the way you talked about it today, shifted a lot of energy. And, you know, what I love about this is when you go back and you listen to the show, please pay special attention to how you change, how you've changed as a result of this. And certainly, you're at the beginning of your journey. And if you want more, you know how to get Leslie, LeslieFonteyne.com, Fonteyne. And this is really the beginning of letting that inner child grow in the way that all of our inner children were meant to grow. Thank you, Leslie.
Thank you.
Thank you guys for tuning us in and turning us on. I want to thank all of you. If you've missed any part of this, please remember to go ahead and do it. And Leslie, one last question. What's your personal message? What would you like to leave everybody with today?
What I'd like you to leave, I can't even speak, I'm off in another orbit, is that it's never too late to start. I remember an 80-year-old client who decided that she was going to start a yoga studio. So there's something in some of us that says, I guess I'm too old, and there's something in some of the others of us that says, why not? Look at the parts of you that are saying no and ask yourself, is it true?
Thank you. Leslie Fonteyne, everyone. I want to thank you all for a fabulous, fabulous time together. You are the best listeners on the planet. I love you dearly. And I want you to know that you were born to have an abundant life. I hope you've heard something here in these past couple of hours that will open a door that you'll be able to walk through and see a light that you've never seen before. We'll see you next time on the show.
Bloated and nauseous? Hi, I'm Mary Jane Mack. Did you know eating unhealthy foods eventually leads to an unhealthy digestive system? Did you know eating the most healthy, nutritious food doesn't necessarily result in a healthy body? The stomach must be healthy in order to properly digest, metabolize, and utilize even the best of nutrition. Without proper digestion from the stomach through the intestinal tract, the nutritious value is not absorbed, and the improperly digested food can be more toxic to your body than helpful. You can be doing all the right things and getting all the wrong results. In fact, other organs may also be interfering with your stomach's ability to digest. Contact us today for your appointment at 888-777-4232. That's 888-777-4232. Or visit us at maryjanemack.com.
Tune in each Tuesday at noon Pacific and 3 Eastern on TransformationTalkRadio.com for the Dr. Julie Show, All Things Connected with Dr. Julie Kroll, featuring weekly segments with David Eisen and the Chakra Sound System. Each week, you will journey through infinite possibilities, expand into social potential, and find beautiful beginnings where endings leave off. Changemakers from around the world will explore what's emergent about the environment, relationships, health, the arts, education, and the evolution of consciousness. Visit thedrjulieshow.com.
There's a great hunger in this world for new lines of thought, because everywhere you look, they say that joy can just be bought. So please come and set aside some time to relax from frenetic. Transform your life. It takes a while, but results are magnetic. We aim to grasp the best in life and track the ways we grew. The how, the why, the what, wherefore, all this we share and do. But every now and then, we hope that you will share right back. Transformation Talk Radio wants you to hop on track. So calling all hosts, tall and small, of every size and hue, there's nobody we'd rather have to tell your tale than you. And if you have a tale to tell of how your life is changing, we'd love to hear you on the line say how you're rearranging. So run, don't walk to call us now. We'll set you up and show you how.
Hi, this is Dr. Pat. Join our radio family. Send us an email, host@transformationtalkradio.com, or call 1-800-930-2819. Host your own show. Let us help you bring your voice to the world.
Wondering how to play the game of life and actually win? Stop wondering. and start winning the game of life with the unique, incomparable Lynn Brown. Lynn takes everyday aspects of life and infuses them with the magic of soul and passion to help others. She wants to help you next. Lynn offers a myriad of spiritual healing, from chakra clearing, aura healing, to even corporate and business readings. Bring your game face and visit letter R, letter U, intuit.com or call 844 letter B, Intuit.
Want to experience a deeper spiritual connection, reduce stress, and overcome anxiety? You can take control of your life now with the power of meditation. Let Jennifer Farmer, gifted intuitive, medium, and spiritual teacher, show you how easy it is to develop your natural intuitive gifts, manage chronic pain, and live abundantly with a consistent meditation practice. Sign up now for Jennifer's newsletter at jenniferfarmer.com to receive a free healing meditation and watch her free instructional videos at jenniferfarmer.com.